It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, law enforcement are still searching for the shooters in the three shootings which took place on Wednesday, and they're asking for the public's help. If you know where any of these suspects are, to simply contact the Sheriff's Department or the Jesup Police Department here in Wayne County. Warrants have been taken out for 19-year-old Alexis Worley. She's wanted for the shooting of two other women at 156 West Shellcracker Road, following what the Sheriff's Department states was an argument which led to the two other women being shot by Worley. The victims are 33-year-old Molly Fuller, shot in the shoulder, and Janai Reddish, age 18, who was shot in the leg. Sheriff Chuck Mosley says there was a 12-year-old witness to the shooting, but the 12-year-old was not shot, as they want to put that rumor to rest, as people on social media continue to say a 12-year-old was shot, but that's not true. Sheriff Mosley says report is that there were reports of arguments all day long at that residence, and the shootings occurred around 8:07 p.m. That's when the first call came in to the 911 center. Once again, warrants are out for 19-year-old Alexis Worley. If anyone knows where she is, they say she's from Jesup, but apparently lives in Statesboro. If anyone knows her whereabouts, they're asked to call the Wayne County Sheriff's Department at 427-5970. Jesup Police Chief Perry Morgan says the department is still searching for Levante Stokes, the man wanted in the downtown Jesup shooting Wednesday morning. The victim was Marcus Batten, who's expected to make a full recovery after being shot in the leg by Stokes. The shooting occurred in downtown Jesup Wednesday morning around 8:30 a.m. Chief says this was an argument about money. Stokes saying that Batten owed him money, confronted him that morning. Once again, police still searching for Stokes, who police say is from the state of Florida, but is a frequent visitor to Jesup and Wayne County. And if anyone knows the whereabouts of Levante Stokes, you have to call the Jesup PD at 427-1300. In the third shooting, which occurred Wednesday, police simply do not have a suspect's name, as no one's cooperating with law enforcement in this shooting. This shooting occurred around 5:30 p.m. at 3rd and Oak Street at an outdoor barbecue. The man shot was dropped off at Wayne Memorial Hospital. The security officer put out a description of the vehicle that dropped off the gunshot wound victim, and a nearby patrol officer spotted that vehicle and attempted to make a traffic stop. The high-speed chase ensued, which ended with that man being apprehended. But again, he's not cooperating with law enforcement. Gunshot victim was flown to Memorial Medical Center in Savannah. His condition is still unknown. Once again, once names of the gunshot victim and the man who was apprehended or released, we'll have that information here on the local news. Again, police state they do not have a suspect in this shooting as of yet. Once again, the three shootings occurred on Wednesday. Sheriff's Department looking for Alexis Worley. Jesup PD searching for Levante Stokes. Again, if you know the whereabouts of both of those people, you're asked to contact the Jesup PD at 427-1300 or the Wayne County Sheriff's Department at 427-5970. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Superior Court Judge Stephen Kelly on the bench Thursday. He has a new date for the case of State of Georgia versus Earl Watson, who faces an 8-count indictment, including murder in the shooting death of Gary Floyd, which occurred back on July 30th of 2018. The case was scheduled to go to trial back in March of 2020, but then COVID hit, and the ruling came down from the Chief Justice to halt all jury trials, and Watson has remained out on bond since then, awaiting a new trial date, which is now set for September 27th. Watson in court Thursday morning with his attorney Tracy Brown seeking to modify the terms of his bond, as Brown was asking the judge to have Watson's ankle monitor removed, as it's costing Watson money each month. And up to date with the COVID delay, Brown says it's nearly been $4,600 for that ankle monitor. Brown says that Watson has not violated any of the conditions of bond and asked that the ankle monitor be removed. State's case now being handled by District Attorney Diane McLeod, who recently retired from her office in Savannah. She argued that the ankle monitor should remain. She says Watson's bond was modified already when COVID hit. She was allowed to return to his home on Little Creek Road. She says the ankle monitor should remain. Judge was hesitant to make any modifications to the current bond agreement, said he didn't want to make a decision on Thursday. Once again, the ankle monitor remains for now, but a new date set for the trial and jury selection, which Judge Kelly and the attorneys agreed that jury selection may take longer than the trial, but they believe it all can be done within a week period. Kelly gave insight on how backlogged cases are due to the pandemic, saying that he has 17 murder cases alone on his court docket. Kelly says people charged have been sitting in jail for years with no date for trial. Kelly suggested in order to make a dent on the court docket, he suggested that they begin night court, 2 shifts, a day court and a night court, in hopes of trying to resolve what Kelly calls an absurd situation, quote, a real problem, end quote. Again, those are the words of the Judge Stephen Kelly on Thursday. Once again, the new trial date, September 27th. Both the DA and the defense attorney, Brian, agreed that all other motions and details in this case have been worked out, and they've agreed on what's admissible and what is not. Jury selection to begin September 27th. They hope to have a jury and a trial all within a week's time. Earl Watson remains out on bond. Again, Brown, in arguing for the ankle monitor to be removed, said that Watson is innocent, has not been convicted of anything. He felt the monitor should be taken off. The DA, McLeod, simply stated, quote, "It's not that he can't afford the monitor, it's simply he doesn't want to wear it," end quote. Once again, no final decision or ruling by Judge Kelly on Thursday. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news, don't forget the American Red Cross Blood Drive here at Wayne County Community at Calvary Baptist Church on Monday at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium, 2 to 7 p.m. on Monday. Again, to make an appointment, you can visit the redcrossblood.org website, enter Jesup to schedule an appointment. You can also call the Red Cross at 1-800-RED-CROSS, 1-800-733-2767. And they say it's very important. Blood drive at this time of year, again, 2 to 7 p.m. Monday at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium. Saturday night at the Wayne County Farmers Market, Wayne County veterans having their fundraising dinner. Again, tickets are on sale for $25 each. That includes a meal and access to all the auction items they'll have on hand. Again, the guest speaker will be Navy SEAL Josh Roberts, son of County Commissioner Mike Roberts. Again, it all takes place this coming Saturday at the Wayne County Farmers Market. For ticket information, you can call Larry Brantley, 294-3604. Vice Chairman Lonnie Kegler, his number 912-271-9450, or Ricky Reddish at 912-424-0003. Once again, the event this Saturday, June 19th at 6 p.m. at the Wayne County Farmers Market. Finally, the news at the Farmers Market last night, a town hall meeting by the Jesup City Commissioners. All the commissioners on hand with the exception of Ray High, several spouses of the commissioners on hand, also the city manager, Jesup Fire Chief, City Clerk Rose Marcus. But other than that, less than 12 residents on hand for the gathering. City Commissioner Shirley Armstrong pointed out that she only had 3 of her district constituents on hand, several on hand from Don Darden's district, but they took the time to tell him that they only see him during election time. One lady says, "We never see you in our district." Don Darden responded saying he just participated in the city and county cleanup. Here was part of that discussion between Darden and one of his constituents last night.
I had to clean up this area, and 2 days later, it appeared that we have done nothing.
So I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the bushes and trees and stuff you can't see.
I understand.
When you walk down the sidewalk, you got to beat your head down like you did one day last week when I saw you. Right down 4th Street, across from the old Mount Rose. You have to bend your head down and get out and get by the sidewalk, because limbs and stuff on the road over the sidewalk.
You're absolutely correct, and I have addressed that problem with the city before on trying to get these limbs and things off the street, not only on this end, but also on the southern side. When I go all the way down 4th Street, the same thing is happening over there. Some of the limbs were cut about 3 months ago on 4th Street between Pine and Railroad. Some of those limbs were cut back. Also near Walnut Street, some of the limbs have been removed, but they've not all been removed. Now, the building over here and several buildings in the area you're not talking about, we have a list of buildings that are dilapidated. They need to be torn down, or the owners of the building need to do something about it. That is a very tedious process. You got to go through the court system in order to get anything done.
And once again, that part of the discussion last night at the town hall meeting. Other topics discussed: the lack of activities for teenage kids in the county. Once again, the bump on Orange Street Railroad crossing discussed. Commissioner Nick Harris says that CSX simply doesn't listen to the city. Harris says they only listen to senators and congressmen that get involved. Once again, a small crowd on hand for the city town hall meeting. Less than 12 residents attended the event last night. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.